Today we're touching on something very, very important. We're touching on the subject of our worst enemy, our real enemy. What is our real enemy? Are we pointing the trigger at the wrong person when it comes to our love life? Okay,
it's normal to come from a selfish background, especially if you've been single, especially if you grew up being single, and especially if you grew up around a family environment where a lot of things have been given to you.
Without the author of love, we do all the opposite of what you just read.
Yeah.
About love.
Yeah. Not
keeping records of wrong.
Yeah.
And then it humbles you once you come to God. It humbles you because you realize then you have to say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I repent.
All right, guys, it's kicking off right now. This is your breakfast show, and it is Relationship Power Thursday this morning. Where's my applause? There it is. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. All right, guys, it's really kicking off this morning, and I'm really excited to be here. Joining me in studios, we have the one and only Teho this morning. Good morning to you, Teho. How you doing, girl? Let me put the clapping this thing. Let's put the clapping this thing. Yeah. Yes. Oops, sorry, go. Yep. Okay, we good. And guess what? As well as Teho joining us this morning, we're also joined by the man with the plan. It's the one. It's the only. It is Mr. Samuel Danka. Good morning to you, Samuel. Good morning. Good morning,
all listeners.
It's great to have you on the show, man.
Good to be back. I love you, man.
Yes, it was a pleasure having you, and I love the yellow. I like the vibrance.
Is it yellow or is it mustard or what is it?
I don't know.
I think it's mustard. It's a nice color.
Okay. So mustard is.
Just to blend with the background. Breakfast show.
That's how we go. Yeah. All right, because we're here with Vim, Gospel and Determination today. And guys, just to get straight into it today, we are asking a very important question. When it comes to love life problems, who is our real enemy? Hello. Yes, who is the real enemy? Who is it? Who is causing all my frustration as a single woman, as a single man? I'm married with someone, but I'm just having problem. I come love talk, but there's just something there. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But that's what we're going to be looking at today. All right? So prepare your spirit for that one. All right, so all right, here we go. So anyway, so it's an interesting question, and because of that, I want to jump straight into the MCQ this morning. Without further ado, as you know, we always like to give a morning coffee question to start the morning right. Okay, guys, so let's jump into this one. It's very important because if we can find out where the source of our problems is, we can find out who our real enemy is, then for sure we can move things along nicely in our love life, right? That's how we do. All right, so the MCQ question that I have for you this morning goes a little something like this. Your partner keeps forgetting the same small thing, whatever it is. What's actually going on? So for example, if they keep forgetting the same small thing, which could be an example of this would be they don't respect me enough to remember that small thing. B, it's just a normal human habit, not a character flaw. C, I should keep count and bring it up eventually. D, I'll just quietly keep doing it for them and let it go. All right. So, and this kind of chimes in with what Bishop was speaking about controlling the temperature, right? Right, yesterday, it was really good. We're going to show you some images of that shortly. All right, so I'll just repeat that question again, okay? So your partner keeps forgetting the same small thing, whatever it is. What's actually going on? So they leave their shoes by the door, or they keep forgetting to bring you a gift, or something, the same small nagging thing keeps coming up. The problem is they don't respect you enough to remember. Like maybe you corrected them, they don't remember. B, it's just a normal human habit, not a character flaw. C, I should keep count and bring it up eventually. Yeah. Or D, I'll just quietly keep doing it for them and I'll let it go. All right, guys. So share your thoughts. We'd love to know. I'm gonna let Samuel speak in just a second, but Teho, I want to hear from you. Your thoughts on this one here. All right, this one here. Where's that sound effect? There's a sound effect that goes like Yes! Oh, no, I can't find it now. It's not one that goes far. That's this one of those ones. So tell me, Teho, what are your thoughts on that one? What do you think is actually happening there?
Do you know what, Mr. Robert? I'm looking at all the options, and what came to my mind is, I think it depends on what it is, right? Because this says a small thing. So if it's a small thing like shoes, come on, at some point you have to say, I cannot do this to myself, because everyone forgets. So if this person keeps forgetting and you keep letting it get to you, it's just the shoes. It's gonna be you who's gonna be bothered and grumpy all the time and feel like this person is not even considering me. It's gonna hurt you. You get what I mean? So for me, I don't care, honestly, because I'd rather protect my peace and not even react like I've spoken. That's fine. But then if it's like other bigger things, it might be a problem, isn't it? I don't know what you think, Mr. Sambo.
So for you, so it would be it's just a normal human habit, not a character flaw or something. No, so nothing as sinister as they don't respect me enough to remember. So you're someone that you would literally I'll just let it go. I've said it so many times. I want to keep my peace. But I mean, won't that grate you eventually? Like, because I know with you, I mean, I think you're a person who likes pretty much order in your space, and this person's coming to your space now after you put a ring on their finger and they're messing it up.
Okay, so for me, I have like 3 brothers. No way. I grew up with 3 brothers in the house.
Yes.
And we used to, my brothers they like safety boots. Like, you know, those are hard safety boots you wear when you go out to work, not just. So we would mop all the time. And my brothers would get in the house with boots when the floor is still wet. So, and I will say, please guys, do not do this. At some point, it's like I'm saying, please guys, don't do this, but I'm saying it internally because I'm just, I can't even bring out the words, you know? So then I think I just expected it to say, they will do that, but what can I do? Because I keep talking and nothing keeps changing. Wow. So for me, that's what I do. Okay, so you're sometimes that's what I would do.
So you surrender, you don't go for the fight. No, you just
it depends, you know. I think sometimes it depends, because you only have to break down once and say no, I've done this, I've talked about this over, but then after that, no, you can't do that to yourself.
Okay, I think women probably put up, I don't know, I'm assuming that probably women put up a bit more with small things. I don't know, but then men could probably be a little bit different. Some men are quite pedantic about small things. Samuel, what are your thoughts on this one, please?
Yeah, a few very thoughts. I mean, on the surface, you can see that it's simply down to lack of consideration, isn't it? Ooh, because if the person has, you know, you've done it once, you've done it twice, done it 3, 4, 5 times, and your partner has made you aware that I don't like it this way, at the very least, have that deep consideration to see things from the other person's point of view, and then start adjusting. Maybe your level of forgetting it may not be the same, but at least if you start reducing drastically, then your partner will think, okay, no, you're making an effort. So if you forget, just that little consideration of an action or attitude of change, I think can go a long way. However, what I'm finding also quite interesting is the constant change of, I've never looked at the votes from a bedside point of view, but I'm looking overall. People's opinion keeps changing, so you can see that it's something that is very personal. And perhaps the more we're speaking, people are changing their mindset. But for me personally, I'll just just keep doing it, because just for peace sake.
I'll just quietly keep doing it. Okay.
Peace sake and out of love.
Sorry, when Mr. Samuel was talking, I was thinking about yesterday that see how I was saying my brothers kept doing that, and I just sort of like just said no, they're gonna do that either way. And sometimes they'll be like, yeah, sorry, while they're even just walking through and I'm like, sorry is not gonna solve anything. Just don't do it.
They're acclimatized.
Yes. So you see how now that's the mood they've set in the house. Now it's like I expect that from them.
To be fair,
because Mr. Samuel was talking about consideration. So now I'm thinking as well, if you don't try your best to consider the other person, and try your best not to forget, you might, that's the impression you're giving to your partner, that okay, this person is like this.
Go ahead.
And then just give it up.
I'm actually now agreeing with the voters, because I'm thinking, though in my mind, my perfect world, I would say, okay, D, let me just do it for the sake of love, peace, and but I'm also a human being. So I think I'll probably go through the process of saying, okay, listen, come on, pattern up, fix up, changes. I may even, and I don't think I'll get, if it's a small thing, I don't think I'll get to the stage of, counting it and then bring it to them and say, listen, this is how much you've done it, have some consideration, and then eventually I'll say, oh, I've just given, let me just do it.
What do you think,
petty.
Mr. Roberts?
See, I would actually be counting it in my head.
Now you need to look for that voice, speaking.
I would be counting it in my head. I'd be like, I'll come with the receipts. No, I said it this time. Because look, over there, go over there and over there. I'm going on with that. What are you doing? It's like, we spoke about this, man. And then eventually, I would just stay quiet. I just I'm done. I'm just literally I'm done.
Because I know for me that there are things that, like for example at work, some things that sometimes my colleague has told me something once, like, okay, let's do this way, and then I literally forget. But after doing it the different way, I'll be like, oh, so and so, I literally forgot, but I remembered that you said we should do it this way, and I literally just remembered now. Sometimes it's not like you just literally you forgot because you're used to a different way. But once you remember and let the person know that you did remember that they said that, but it was just a bit late. I think that can also make it different.
It reminds me of something that someone also said at work. They said when they were working in a company back in Portugal, she started working and she was making a few mistakes. So they taught her once and she kind of like got it, but then she made another mistake. And then the director came and said, listen, I've taught you once, you've made a mistake once, that's fine, that's a mistake, but twice is the devil.
Wow.
So that kind of like waking it up to her to understand, no, this can jeopardize my character set, so let me...
You know what's interesting about that is that there are people who will be very prudent to correct themselves when it comes to work, but very laid back when it comes to a relationship. It's like human beings, we kind of like take it for granted almost, that this person doesn't like this thing, and we almost take it like a joke, and so when who is it that said that it's like a disrespect,
consideration, lack of consideration.
But then as a Christian, we're kind of like, okay, turn the other cheek, Lord, give me strength, right? But if you're not a Christian, it's unlikely, depending on your temperament, you might not even tolerate that. You might literally just be going at it. But as a Christian, but then afterwards, is the person taking advantage because of my faith? You married a person of God, now you're taking advantage and being a bit relaxed about this thing, like you don't see it as a big deal because they're of God. And I think the scary thing is, I think after that, I think God is going to respond.
Very true.
God is going to. That's the thing about being a Christian. If you got a person, a woman of God, a man of God, and you're taking things for granted, I really have no doubt that God is going to speak on their behalf.
Very true.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Something Bishop said yesterday was like, if you are from God, can I use you as an example, Mr. Samuel? If you are from God and I do something bad against you, I'm gonna deal with God. So that's what came to my mind when you're saying that.
That's it. Because you know what? Because I think I mentioned on the breakfast show before. One of the things that got me when I was getting into the idea of dating, and I was afraid to mess up. I was afraid to mess up in dating. The reason why is because I remember what God said, the promise that God gave to Abraham. He said, those who bless you, I'll bless. Those who curse you, I'll curse. So I know that if I start messing up, or you know what I mean, I treat them in a way that's not good, I know that I'm done for. I have not, like, the same way I believe in God to help me, I believe in God to like correct me if I'm taking advantage of his daughter. You know, just like if I take advantage of his son, like he was a friend of mine, a colleague, God's gonna get involved, you know, and that's the thing. But then here's a tricky thing, guys, I'm gonna start opening my heart.
Open your heart.
Yeah, and like Samuel, here's the thing. But then you have a situation where your partner you're with, maybe because of the things that we're going to learn today from Bishop Allen, it's like, do I have to keep smiling all the time to keep blessing them? Because there's going to be consequences where I'm going to not be kind anymore, you know? And I mean, you know, and this is something I think single people need to be mindful of, because we're human beings dealing with each other. And I wish I could always be like, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. But it's like, this is getting on my nerves.
True.
You know, I mean, how have you managed to deal with that?
You just, we're human beings, and as we're even speaking, and I'll come back to answer that point. It's remind me of the universe series Genesis, and I've been my wife, we're watching it, and we're paying more attention to the relationship dynamics between Abraham and Sarah. And you can see that Abraham's always been in the faith, and from get-go, God has told him, I will give you a descendant, and through that descendant, many nations will come out of him. So all the while, Abraham keeps, you know, encouraging Sarah, we're gonna have a child, we're gonna have a child, we're gonna have a child. Years on, Sarah is still doubting. Abraham, because of her insecurity, I'm growing old. Why don't you take my maid servant? Why do you marry another one? You can see everyone was pressurizing Abraham, and he made a covenant with Sarah. Sarah, we are not going to get anybody else. It's you I'm going to have a child with. Yeah,
you're the child. The child of promise is coming from you.
From you.
Oh no!
So you get to the stage where he became so frustrated that he gave into the whims of Sarah, and then they made a mistake with Hagar. Anyway, but then, like you're saying, eventually when they got to the camp of Mamre, the trees of Mamre, that's when the Lord came. And even when the Lord came and announced, he said it, and Sarah heard it, still she laughed and doubted. And then eventually when she came to face him and told him, you're going to have a child, then she said, and she laughed again. He said, why did you laugh? And then she lied. He said, no, I didn't laugh. But then you see how God rebuked her.
You know,
don't do that. In other words, so Abraham to put up with it all the while, but God then came to intervene and said, listen, woman, fix up.
Get it.
Fix up. So God will always intervene.
I hear that.
And that's when everything changed, and then she was able to start believing, and then they conceived a year afterwards.
Amen to that. And you know what? The powerful thing is that Abraham, brother, had his life after she passed away, you know?
Yeah, 6 more children.
Like, God is like, man, like this, she died all this time, man, like this, like, man, you just keep moving, son. So, it made a nation.
She fulfilled her mission.
Like
the son of promise.
But you know what's interesting? That bit where he says, did you laugh? I felt the intensity of that moment when I meditate on that. And the angel goes, yes, you did laugh.
The Lord himself.
I'm like, is she gonna get turned to soul? Is she gonna get fire gonna come down?
That was the encounter she needed to start believing.
Only because of the promise. Because of the promise. She didn't get incinerated.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's gonna be you. If it wasn't for that promise, my friend, there. Yes, you did laugh. No, I didn't. My friend,
I'm
she would have
gonna
been
have
gone.
to take this blessing, like you don't deserve it because you just laughed.
And that's what I always believe. Love life is down to you. If you really have a covenant with God and you do all your utmost, God will always step in and make sure the marriage is a blessing. Amen. But both have to have this mentality to make even more of a blessing. Even if one has that mindset like Abraham, everything will be fine.
Taligado. All right, so I've got another one here. I want to see if I can knock them out back to back. But just, could you read the polls? What the poll results were? So which out of the responses, which one had the most for that one? Of everyone's responses.
So 13%, to 13%, which is A. They don't respect me enough to remember.
So let's go through the. Okay. Oh wait. So the first one, right?
Yeah.
No, I think. Are you looking at a different poll than me?
Which one?
We're saying the same thing in here.
MCQ1, your partner keeps forgetting the small things, whatever it is.
Yeah.
What's your...
Because I've got 53%.
That's what I'm saying. Keep changing.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So I'm going from the least to the most.
Yeah, go to the most to the least.
Okay, so the most agreed answer is B, which is 53%.
Wow.
It's just a normal human habit, not a character flaw.
Second was 40%.
40%, which is D. I'll just quietly keep doing it for them and let it go.
Okay.
And then we have A and C on 13%, A being they don't respect me enough to remember.
Wow.
And then with C, I should keep count and bring it up eventually.
Okay, so in an ideal world, it would be B, right? It's just a normal human habit, not a character flaw. Yeah, in an ideal world, right? Because in the heat of the matter, it's like
you're counting.
I'm gonna, but that's why we need to be more like Christ. These things help us to be more like Jesus. That's what we want. And also joining her, we have the one and only, the lady who's Miss Trendy herself. It is Hepzibah this morning. Good morning to you, Hepzibah. Let me see. There you are. There you go. How you doing, Hepzibah? All right. As well as her hub next to her, we have the one and only this lady. I tell you, whenever I say her name, we got to play the track. Oh my gosh, where did I put that track? I have to move all my stuff now. Where is it? No, I have to play the track. I have to. Wait. Ah, there it is. I found it, guys.
To do a cappella.
You want to do a cappella?
No.
You want to do a cappella? You want to do a cappella? The Lady Jazz. Yeah. There it is. There it is. I haven't. I'm not doing you justice right now because I have to give you a better camera angle.
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying. Anyway, yeah, there she is. Anyway, there you go. Good morning to you. How you doing, Lady Jazz?
Good morning.
Yeah, there we go. Good. All right, how are we doing today?
Yeah, good. I'm looking forward to the topic that's coming up.
Yes.
So I was eager to be here.
Yes.
I'm here. So.
It's great to have you with us on the show, Lady Jazz. All right. You're absolutely awesome. All right, guys. So we're going to go into it right now. As we previously, just before the timeout, we gave you our morning coffee question to start the day. And the morning coffee question went along these lines. If you could just read it, please. The one and only.
Okay.
All right. So it goes like this. Oh, sorry. Have you got it? Can you see it?
What's more likely to end a relationship over time?
We're getting deep.
A, one big betrayal. B, years of small selfishness nobody named out loud. C, external circumstances, money, distance, family. D, it depends entirely on the couple.
All right, guys. So what is most likely to end a relationship? So come on, guys. It's there, right there. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the live chat. We've got our polls inside of the Breakfast Show broadcast. But I just want to hear from the studio right now. Actually, I want to hear. Actually, I'll let Hepzibah acclimatize for the time being to the environment. So what's more likely to end a relationship over time? Over time. That's the key phrase there. Over time. Okay. And I would love to go to Lady Jazz's thoughts on this one. This morning, just to see what you think. All right, just to see what you think on this one right here, because today we're touching on something very, very important. We're touching on the subject of our worst enemy, our real enemy. What is our real enemy? Are we pointing the trigger at the wrong person when it comes to our love life? Okay, the real enemy in a relationship. Okay, guys, so that's what we're asking today. We had our previous question. All right, is the real enemy your partner? Could something else be the issue? Before we had what's actually going on when there's small things that are annoying. A lot of people said B. Okay, but now we're coming to this next question right here, and we'd like to know your thoughts. So let me see, Hepzibah. You're gonna go into it with you right now, because I always like to hear what you say, because you're the lady, you're the soldier of the living God that has lived a lifetime. I know I use this phrase, but so people can understand how great Jesus is, right? That has lived a lifetime. Previously, before she met Jesus, before she made the offer of love, set two relationships on fire, right? Because we love Hepzibah. We know Hepzibah. When you say Hepzibah, you love Hepzibah. But without the offer of love, it's a whole different Hepzibah. That's what I want everyone to understand, all right? That's it. And the same with all of us. It's a whole different person. It's a whole different ball game, all right? That's what we need to understand, all right? No one here is anything great. We are literally everybody, right? So, offer of love. So she set two marriages on fire in the previous life, the old version of her, and it was a completely different version. But today, she has awful love. She's a love team, and she's been a blessing, a total blessing. I don't want to make her head big, but she's a blessing anyway. All right, and so I love it when you speak on these subjects, because you've actually practiced it. It was the driving force. Okay, so Hepzibah, this question that we're asking today. All right, so what is it? What is it that can, from what you experience, what's more likely to end a relationship over time? Okay, and we have the three answers: one big betrayal, B, years of small selfishness, nobody named out loud. External circumstances, money, distance, family. Or D, it depends entirely on the couple. I just had to kind of drill it home so you can kind of settle into it, because I really want a nice full answer from you concerning this one. All right, so Hepzibah, what are your thoughts on that?
Because
what?
Yes, you can.
Don't cop out.
Years of small selfishness.
Don't cop out. Don't cop out.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
you hear me? So it covers everything, because as individuals, if you, as a wife, you can be selfish. Like, you could say, okay, you're not doing the house, you're not emptying the dustbin, I'm not gonna cook. So, and I realize that if that happens over time, you know, it becomes a big issue. It does change the atmosphere, because you know you're expecting. And then the external circumstance is money. If money's not coming in, and you know, the both of you are struggling, that certainly is a topic there on its own. And then of course individually, entirely on the couple. The two, it says, we say in our culture, teeth and tongue will always meet, but then you have to sort it out. How do you sort it out? You'll have to talk, but if you're not talking because of the situation is so intense, you're not going to solve anything. You just get deeper and deeper in vexation of spirit.
Yeah. Okay, so you never actually solve anything, and just things get worse. So you're saying, so would you say the big thing is just to let it drag out over time? Would you say, is that the main issue here?
Well, it does drag out, because if you're not dealing with anything, if you're not solving anything, it will drag out, and you're not actually helping each other. You're just blaming each other. You know, if you did this, then this wouldn't happen. You brought in this, and so you know, the situation becomes more intense, and you know, you get the silent treatment, or you get spiteful. It does really work to deflate the relationship.
Okay, all right. So I think that sounds like a proper TV sitcom scenario, you know, where it's actually happening. Let me ask you, Lady Jazz, your thoughts on this one?
I would say D.
D.
Yeah.
So it depends entirely on the couple.
It depends, because you could go through all of the above. Like, for example, if somebody got betrayed in the relationship and in the marriage, depending on the character of the person, or depending if they are able to forgive the person, if they can pull through it, then they would be able to save the marriage. But if their character is someone that doesn't forgive, or that holds a grudge, or they're worried that it's going to happen to them again, then there's a build of trust issues, then it can result to a separation. And also with B and C, if they are able to work through it, if they are able to communicate through it, they will be able to save a marriage. But then if both of them have a personality that doesn't have the ability to save their marriage, then it could cause problems. So that's why I said.
Okay, so there's a personality aspect to it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've realized that there are some individuals that you could have in your life that they do not like to communicate. Like, everyone will say communication is key when they're single. Communication is key, but then when it comes to someone so close to you, it's actually hard. And I think it's hard in general. I think it's very difficult.
Resort to avoidance, isn't it?
Yeah, we resort to avoidance.
That's the thing. If for example, one person is maintaining the relationship but the other isn't, that could also cause a problem as well. So that's why I say D. So it could be both of you that is not maintaining it, or one of you. It has to be both of you that are able to maintain that relationship.
So everyone's meeting halfway.
Yeah.
I think that's what a covenant is, right? The covenant is this, that we're going to meet together at the altar. We're going to meet halfway. I'm going to leave from where I am, my discomfort, my will, what I want, to meet you on God's altar where God wants us to be and God wants us to communicate. And the struggle happens when one person chooses to stay on that side, regardless of their personality. Because I think when we go to the altar, we're kind of giving up our personality, because we learned to do that when we were single, but now we're confronted with it because we have someone in our face every single day that's holding us accountable to become more truly balanced, you know, and it might take us out of our comfort zone, because I think it's true. Opposites subtract, is it?
Opposites attract.
Opposites attract. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. God is like he knows what he does. But it's just I see that happening so real. It's scary. I just know it's scary. But it's to be like Jesus, right? Jesus, God knew aforetime that he was going to come, and he had to, so that's what it is. We'll just have to accept. What does that saying? Sorry, what's that saying?
Yeah, I'm really just deeping on a thought that came to my mind. It links in with what you've said, and I'm not copying out, but I do also agree. All these things can lead to a divorce, but also D is more prominent in the sense that it depends on the couple. And the thought that was come to my mind is that, human beings, we don't really know ourselves until we are in a relationship. So it's all well-being, having all the answers, having all the knowledge, having all the information from God, love therapy, and you may be agreeable to everything, but unless you're there, in reality, in practice, you don't know how you're going to react towards it. You don't know how you're going to behave towards it.
I like the way that we have a C there, because external circumstances, money, distance, family. I know there's some statistics that say that finances are a big cause of breakup, right? But when I'm thinking about a godly relationship, when I think about a godly relationship and the person was single and they kind of fought the fight of faith when they were single. They know what it is to get a response from God and get testimony when they were single, overcoming crazy situations, right? So I would think that I thoroughly understand this, that their frame of mind towards external circumstances is different. It's different. For the person who's of God, some people a bit more, and they probably get a ring on the finger, they start becoming a little bit more emotional than before. But I think they see the problem as small because they exercise faith when they were single, especially in the Universal Church, right? When you come in and you get faith. So, and this is what I've experienced. I've experienced that the problem is not the problem externally. The problem is not the lacking. The problem is not the situation not being in my favor. It's never that. The challenge is if now that I've joined my life, because when I'm by myself, I'm in agreement with myself. But then now I've joined my life to someone, do I have someone who's in agreement with me? That is the biggest challenge. Would you agree, Samuel Dankler?
I agree, because that's the point I was trying to come to, because you don't really know the person until you're behind closed doors. But the person can be able to overcome and lead a marriage to success, to death do us apart, if that person has had encounters with God, where they've had to go through many situations where they've denied themselves, where they've overcome themselves, where they've been able to adapt in situations, problems and circumstances. Then they will have a spirit in them that bringing that into the marriage, it means when anything happens, when the storm kicks they'll be able to adjust, mold, reshape.
They're in the rock.
They'll be able to change and adapt and make things happen. They will not be static. Though they'll have your human nature, they may behave in a certain way, but because they know God and through the experience they've had with God, the faith that they've matured into, they'll be able to adapt and work in the marriage to make it a success. And it'll be blessed. It's a blessing if both of them have the same mindset. But even if one has, eventually the one will influence the other one to be the same.
Drop it like it's hot. And so that's what I'm going to say to everybody. Those of you who have testimonies and you don't like to give it, because that is your CV.
Wow. Drop it like it's hot.
Right? That's your CV. That's your CV. The person that says like, oh no, I'm just a bit funny on camera. You are selling yourself short. because yes, your testimony is like that, isn't
it?
Because a man of God who's in any country, what telegraphs your picture, your CV for a potential partner more than testimonies in the Universal Church of Kingdom of God.
and the interesting thing, when I was watching my wife's testimony and the Holy Spirit said to me, that's the one. It wasn't that I wasn't bothered about the fact that she's breaking through financially. What I discerned that moment was a spirit. I said, wow, that's the spirit I want to be with. That's the right spirit. That's the mindset, the great spirit of a fighter. That's what I want. And God confirmed. When you give your testimony, your CVs bring your blessing.
All over the world. All over. You're there looking at your brunch feeling depressed. No, my friend, take it to the Lord. All right, and give your testimony. Go out there, fight. Give your testimony. Right? Right, guys? Yeah. That's it. Go ahead. Be in the front. She'll even come on the show. We're gonna have a wedding in October because people like were here on the show and they were brave and courageous. Stop being hiding yourself.
Yes.
Come out of the woodwork.
I'm thinking of the bug woman.
Yeah.
Sitting like a bed bug.
Yeah, by the way, what's it called? Fingers coming soon. Love Walk's coming soon, guys. So let's see if we're gonna be hiding. All right? Yeah. Oh wait. I've got it. If you don't know, now you know.
On sitting on the sofa like a bed bug. A bed bug. That's what you are. A bed bug.
I was actually thinking of something similar about someone who's like the partner comes to, I think it's like they're going out on a date or something. So the guy is outside and he messages the lady and he just says come out, and the girl is like, I know I don't have a car, but don't call me out like you're commanding an evil spirit, like come out.
Come out. You see that? We can joke about this in the face. You know, man. All right, so look, guys, this is great. So when we're single, demonstrate our faith, right? It's literally telegraphing ourselves all the world. Let's go out and use our faith. No, we're not going to use our faith because I want someone in my life, but because that's how he is. We want to honor God, right? We want to glorify Jesus. And so if we're going to look at the statistics, I want you to drop with the statistics. So for the MCQ just now, the results that we got was, the highest one was it depends entirely on the couple. I think some people might be trying to cop out there a little bit. I'm just saying. Then it was one big betrayal. Yes, it definitely could be a betrayal.
I was leaning to D as well, to be honest. Then I changed my mind.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Then B, years of small selfishness, nobody named out. I think that can be a big issue, especially if you're someone trying to do the right thing. You stay quiet over time. You maybe certainly you don't take it to the pastor because you want to protect the other person's privacy. You know what I mean? Yeah, Hepzibah's like, yeah, that's up. Some people try to be too private, and they, it's a problem. I can see it changing when I'm speaking. And the last was not external circumstances, money, etc. So look, guys, let's keep it going. It's all happening here on the Breakfast Show. We're going to go into the first part of Bishop right now. And just to give you an idea, Bishop Allen opens up with a direct question the Bible itself asks. Where do wars, fights come from among you? All right, where does it come from? Literally, that's in James, right? He treats it like a doctor faced with a patient in pain. You don't just hand one painkiller. You run tests and find out the actual source. All right, so Bishop's going to go through right now. Pay very close attention. I'll be ignoring the live chat. It's been popping off like nobody's business. Tell you're not doing a really good job at being mediator.
I was waiting. Okay, I'm here.
Yeah, because Deb does this thing with her eyes. Like, she does this thing with her eyes. So, yeah, so come on, help me.
Okay, Jordan says, hi, Breakfast Show. Have a good day. And you, Victoria Oliphant from Cape Town, says, good morning, BFS family. Waiting patiently to learn with you, connected from Cape Town. Dumela Ma. Tola from Peckham says, good morning, BFS. Have a blessed day. Chanel says, good morning, Breakfast Show family listening in from South Africa. Anonymous from Botswana. Good morning, BFS, listening to you in Botswana. Hi, Anonymous. Welcome. Bonan says, wait, is that you too? In the flesh.
Wait. Sorry, camera. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Amalia says, good morning, BFS. It feels good to be back. It's been a good minute. Looking forward to learn today. Chanel is asking for a song for me, so yeah. It's been a minute. Dumela Tle. It's always lovely to have you on the table of justice, says Bonang. Thank you, Bonang.
I feel like I want a video from Bonang,
Yeah.
I feel like he has that vim, that energy. He's like, hi, my name is Bonang. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. I love serving the Lord. You know what I mean? Imagine we did like a singles video thing. Not singles, but just people to introduce themselves on the Breakfast Show. Indirectly.
I
think that'd be so nice. Yeah. Anyway, I'll meditate on that one.
Yeah.
I just go.
Especially if they're from different countries as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially the faithful ones, ones that are always on the chat with us, because we know each other, but some of them we don't know them.
I'm so happy when I see people weddings and they meet someone in the same faith. All right, let's get this show on the road. Let's make things happen. We're gonna go straight to Bishop's Element right now. Prepare your spirit for this one and stay tuned in, locked in, and we'll have the table of justice comment right afterwards. Let's go, Bishop.
The real enemy of relationships and problems in people's love life. The real enemy. Why is what began so well now going so wrong? it started well, then, now it's going so wrong. The Bible says like this. Where do wars and fights come from among you? It's a question. Where does it come from? You see the importance of having vision, because we need to understand where it's coming from so we can treat. That's how doctors work. When they see a person complaining about a pain, a sickness, they need to do exams, x-ray, blood tests, because they need to identify, they need to have a diagnosis. They need to identify the source of that problem. If they just give painkillers and they do not identify where it's coming from, it might come back. Sometimes they give painkillers, the body heals itself, but sometimes there is something wrong, something broken, something torn, something missing. If they don't identify, then they can't treat, or they will give a wrong treatment. So in your love life as well, you need to see so that you can treat, so that you can fix it. So he is asking, where are wars, where these fights, this confusion comes from? Do they not come from your desires for pleasure that war in your members? Like, is it not because of your will or your selfishness or selfish desires? So the real enemy are these ones, actually, the Bible is saying. Selfishness. Our self-will, this self-will has the good part of it, positive thing, but can be negative, can be like selfishness, like my will must be done, and no matter what. Assumptions, ego, pride, that's the true enemies when it comes to relationship. And this goes for those who are single, for those who are dating, for those who are married. This year it's for everybody, because if we manage to overcome our selfishness, our own will, our assumptions of things, because many times we deal with that. We assume that, she's sad because of ABC. I'm assuming. What's the best way to know? By asking, listen, why are you sad? And then it goes, it's up to the other person to be honest, and not just to say, you know why. Okay, if I knew, I wouldn't be asking. Don't say that, okay? But the automatic answer. Né? But what's wrong? What can I do? What did I do? What's happening? So you cannot just have assumptions. So these are the enemies: selfishness, self-will, assumptions, the ego that people cannot let go, the pride.
Okay, guys, welcome back. This is your breakfast show, and it's all happening here in our North London studios. And great to have you with us this morning as we listen to the first part of Bishop's message, and it really is going down right now. Okay, guys. So, in that part just then, Bishop touched on a few things. So Bishop Allen just told us the real enemy has a name: selfishness, self-will, assumptions, ego, pride. Not your partner. By the way, sorry about that brief interruption. There's just then we had a bit of a technical happening. Your circumstances, not your circumstances. The thing underneath almost every relationship problem, whether you're single, dating, or married, basically is selfishness. Selfishness, assumptions, pride, ego. This is the pattern that mostly shows up. All right, guys. Now, I want to ask a question here to the one and only. This one is going to Teho. Yep. So Teho, what are your thoughts on that one? Selfishness being the key issue here. You're a young lady, you think, I'm going to give my all. When I say I do, I'm going to give my all. But selfishness being a big problem. What are your thoughts on that one, Superpower? Selfishness.
I need a minute.
You and your phone. All right then, because I don't want to. Because if I go straight to Samuel, he's gonna he's gonna start hammering us all. Right? Literally, he's gonna start hammering, like, gonna beat us up, right? But okay, Lady Jazz, your thoughts on that one when it comes to selfishness being the issue? Why are there wars amongst you? Why is the issue? That's what was written in James. And selfishness, ego, is the biggest problem that is actually the real enemy. It's not the person that we say we love, but it's actually the selfishness and ego that we have.
I think it's normal to come from a selfish background, especially if you've been single, especially if you grew up being single, and especially if you grew up around a family environment where a lot of things have been given to you. And when you grow up being single, you only have to take care of yourself and only yourself. So a lot of the structures that you put on yourself and a lot of the rules that you put in place for yourself, and especially if you're living by yourself, there's certain things that, you know, how do I put it? There's certain things that you want your way, and you're used to doing things your way. But then when you get married and somebody else comes into the picture, you have to adapt, you have to change, you have to sacrifice. And sometimes it's easy for people to be able to do that. However, there are individuals where it takes a long time for them to adapt, and that's when selfishness comes in, because everybody has their own rules and it could clash. Yeah. And a lot of people would say, oh, you're selfish, you're this, you're that, but it's how they grow up. But then there are some people that are generally selfish and they need to work on themselves.
Imagine,
but yeah,
do you think it could be like that with like an only child? Imagine they were only child.
You know what? It's not even only child. It's also the youngest as well. Because when you're the youngest, the eldest and the second eldest gives to you, isn't it?
I was the middle child.
So I think, the only child, it depends on the character and it depends on how they grow up. But then the youngest is more likely to be selfish because everything's been given to that younger one.
I'm thinking about, because you know when, like, especially now, ladies have this shopping list, right? This is, I don't want this. Oh, like that, like literally dismissive of anything they don't like in a dude. I don't think men as much. I'm talking about, like, even women are dismissive, even in the faith. I think they can be a bit more dismissive simply because I think because they've been saved, new life, new heart. So there's a sense of being particular about what you want, because it's not like how it used to be before. And I think if we're not watchful, it could become dismissiveness. And I think maybe guys could be dismissive in the same degree, but not in the same way. I don't know. So I think that can come into the relationship after the ring goes on the finger and like we're living on day 6. I don't know. I know Hepster was going to relate to that one.
I think with men, it might be organization, isn't it? So for women, it could be shopping. But then for men, because it's
selfish about certain things, particular things.
Organization, things being put in place, or they don't like things a certain way. So I think for men it's more organization, and for women it's shopping and a lot of things.
Okay, Teha, go on then.
My train of thought came back to me.
Yes.
So I was thinking, you know, how the world paints love to be. Like, the world has taught us that love is like, I'm gonna get married and my wife is gonna serve me, cook breakfast for me, clean the house, all these things. And as a wife as well, I'm like, oh, my husband is gonna look after me, he's gonna do this, you know. So we enter into like a communion with someone, right? And then we're already thinking, this is how I'm gonna benefit. So I think that's why selfishness becomes, because anybody can say, oh, so you are being selfish, and I'm like, oh my God, am I? And I don't even realize in that moment that I'm being selfish, isn't it? But because this is what we're constantly battling to say, okay, what is the true definition of love and giving and making it work? It's like we have to battle against what the world has presented, and the world is like, oh, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna have my husband do this and this and that, and it's like, no, this person, you're only thinking about yourself, you're doing this just because you're not doing what I. So I think it becomes a problem, like, because of that.
I've got something.
Go on, soldier, open your heart.
Basically, you know, you said what love is, right?
Yeah.
And so they can't hear the background music, but so love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. I'll continue. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, even though they didn't put the shoes away for the 10,000th time, and always perseveres. This all goes against the human nature.
Yeah.
This is against everything that everybody talks about on social media, on
Very
everything.
uncomfortable.
Right. Samuel, Hepzibah, go on fire, Hepzibah. Go on, open your heart. Go on, speak to
So
me.
what does the Bible say? The Bible says, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of others. So, without the author of love, we do all the opposite of what you just read about love. Not keeping records of wrongs. And then it humbles you. If once you come to God, it humbles you, because you realize then you have to say, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I repent. Because there's unintentional sin and there's intentional sin. And God winks at you when you don't know, and that's often the case when you don't know the author of love, because all the things that I've ever done for lack of understanding, and that kind of gives the devil weapons to fire at you, and then you become guilty, or you just feel as if you failed, and what have you done because of your own selfishness.
Wow, Steve. Yeah, indeed, you speak the truth. There you have it, guys. So look, we're going to go into the next part because we're running out of time. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, we're going to go fire to the next video right now, because we've been enjoying this morning with everyone so much. And we're all on video number 2. It's really been kicking off today. All right, but let's keep it going. All right, Bishop's now going to kick into the second part, and I want you to pay very close attention, where basically Bishop Allen makes a case that sounds backwards at first. We're taught to please ourselves, think about ourselves, and the more it's about us, the more unfulfilled we will be. He illustrates it, and something everyone will recognize: why we love dogs and why mothers love serving their babies even exhausted. Let's have a look at this. Take it away.
And this is in relationships and in life. You know that human beings, they need to understand their purpose so that they can be happy. So we are now being fed with the information that we need to please ourselves, we need to do what we want, we need to think about ourselves. And I'm not saying we shouldn't take care of ourselves, but the truth is, humans, we are fulfilled by serving. We were created to serve. So the only way to truly be happy is when we give. It's when we serve. But then we go into relationships, we go into life, we go into everything that we need to do with a selfish thought, idea, because that's what we are receiving. This is what we are being taught. You have to be benefit. It's about you, it's about you, it's about you. We are becoming gods. And the more that is happening, the more it's more about us, the more unfulfilled we are, the more problems we have. Because what fulfills a human being is to give. We always speak about this. Why do we like dogs so much? We like them because we serve them. That's what we do. The dogs, they don't give anything to us. I mean, they're cute. Yeah. They're just cute, but they don't do anything.
Sometimes they give security.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Allegedly. They give security, but they don't do anything. But we clean where they do things. We give them food. We buy them foods. We basically become their slave, and we love it. And we think it's the cutest thing. Whenever we have to serve.
Babies are like that as well.
Babies the same. Mothers love their babies, and they keep on having more babies because they love it. And what is it that they do? Some moms cannot even shower properly because the baby is there, but they love their baby because serving fulfills us. So when we go into situations wanting to be served and receive, automatically we are setting ourselves to failure. And this is the same in marriage, this is the same in relationship. People want to find a relationship where the other person will serve them. And yeah, for a relationship to work, one needs to serve the other. But my part is to think about giving to this person. What can I do? Whenever we speak about the adapting phase we had, the challenges we had in the beginning, it was sorted when I decided to see my part and serve him, and he decided to do his part and serve. While we were trying to get something from the other one, it was not solved. It's solved when we served. So the real problem in relationships and in life comes from this. If you start looking at life as, let me see what I can give, what is my part here, what should I do, let me have good eyes because not having assumptions, let me not be proud. When I do this towards life, I'm fixing myself. And this is the thing, because sometimes people think, no, but I can't do this to this person because I'm being taken advantage of. So if I take the shoes of my husband that he left at the door and I take to the wardrobe, oh, he's taking advantage of me. Is he? Like, no? I'm assuming that. Sometimes you're like,
I forgot.
Yeah, he always forgets, but it's okay. It's not a problem. It's something normal, but people will look at it and it's like, oh, this person thinks that I should be the one doing. Why not? We do for our dogs.
Wow, guys, it's kicking off here. We was all laughing here in the studio. We was all cracking up this morning. So that was in line with what you was saying, hey Teho.
It matches one of the MCQs whereby it was like, it's not a character flaw.
Yeah.
The person just forgot,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Bishop is like, I forgot.
Yeah.
And that's what happens sometimes when you have so many things in your mind, you kind of like forget, even if it's the same thing. But what caught my attention, that this is really good, how Ms. Aline was talking about like serving, giving to the other person fulfills, because that's what we were meant to do, to serve.
Yeah.
And it's so fulfilling. And I was thinking that this is so true, because when you get the wrong person and you are trying to apply this, that's when this innocent thinking gets so ruined, because at some point you stop. Serving is now changed into a whole thing. It's like, I'm tired, I'm drained, this person is taking advantage of me. So I'm like, something so beautiful as giving and serving the other person, but in the wrong setting. Like if you don't choose carefully for your love life, it becomes, it can go against you.
You end up giving your pearls to a pig all the time.
And then you feel like this is not how it's meant to be, because now it's one-sided. But when both are striving to, I can see the beauty of it. It's nice.
Yeah, ideally, in an ideal world, I just keep remembering that we're human beings. So, because for example, someone says, "I want someone who's of God. I want a woman who's of God. This is of God, of God, of God." Like it was, and it does solve a lot of the problems, because then you're with someone who's playing from the same rule book. Do you know what I mean? There are things I'm afraid to do because I'm of God. When I met Jesus, there are things I'm afraid to do. If I do it by accident, it's one thing, but once I'm aware, I'm like, I ain't messing up now, man. I know, right? But so that goes without saying. But then you have, like we just saw and you pointed out, Teho, that the person, their brain just doesn't like notice that kind of stuff. It's that husband who leaves his stuff around the house. Now, for me, that doesn't make sense. But for another guy, it's like, what? It's like, what happened?
I can explain. It's giving I can explain.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one. So, Samuel, your thoughts to add to this. Go ahead, Soldier.
Well, this is very, very deep, and even just to say, even science have caught up with what we're talking about. You know, not being selfish. There's a word in science called oxytocin.
Yes.
And they discovered that is something that when you give act of service to other people, you receive this chemical reaction in your brain that makes you feel good. It lifts you up, it boosts you up, and it gives you that sense of well-being and joy and happiness and so on and so forth. And this is God. This is the essence of who God is. God is love. Love is what? Love is to give. So when we're giving, in actual fact, we are actually blessing ourselves. We are manifesting the nature of our true essence. Because if God says He made us in the likeness and image of Himself, His true core essence, as the Word of God says, God is love. We have innate in us love, the essence of love. So as I was thinking about this, if that's what we are to do, which is just to give unconditionally, without even thinking about anything in return, when we're doing that, we're actually blessing ourselves.
Yes.
We are literally developing in us or maturing us the true essence of God.
That's it.
You know, so
drop it like it's hot.
The most selfish thing we can do is to just be selfless givers.
Yeah.
That's the most selfish thing you can actually do. It's just to be giving because you're actually blessing yourself.
Yeah, I got something.
Okay.
I've got something for you guys, and this is an interesting fact and stat if you didn't know, right? Just based on what you said. And apparently, communal serving predicts forgiveness. Based at Stafford and Cooper 2022, research on married couples found that ones who serve based on need forgive more easily. The ones who keep score retaliate more. So communal strength, serving based on need, is linked with more forgiveness and less retaliation after conflict. So there's that exchange, there's that forgiving, there's that, serving, and there's quite a few other studies on this, so it's really good. All right, but we're gonna keep it moving now. I know I can see all of you eager to fire, but I just want to give a big shout out to my guy Bonang. I want to give a shout out to my guy Bonang, because Bonang said something very nice, which I really much agree with. And he said, what was it he said there? He said, was it? Oh gosh, I think I need to find this quickly. It's yes, Bonang. It's no. Where's that thing where he said, Mr. Robert, you're onto something there. Indeed, you speak the truth, brother. You speak the truth. All right, preach, Mr. Robert. Kill me again. We will all die together in the Lord and resurrect as angels, like angels. All right, let's go to number 3. Oh my gosh, we got quite a few to get through, guys. Let's fire. Take it away.
There are people that they wake up and they drink 2 small bottles of water every day. Okay. And it needs to be next to their bed. They always go to bed and they forget. And then somebody...
You're talking like about a group of people.
Yes, I don't want to say who it is. And then every night, I remember, I said, wait a minute, her water. And then I go, chocolate, I don't tell her, just take the water and I put it there. Oh, thank you, I forgot. She forgets every night. I don't think she's forgetting anymore. But I don't do it like angry or anything as well. I love it. In fact, I love it. Yesterday, she got the water. And when I came with the water, I said, oh my God. And then I left there. There are 4 bottles there now. They're all there. What's the problem? So the best thing is to be able to serve one another, but we live in a world of selfishness. And people are taking that as strength. Oh, it must be like this, and they are alone and they don't notice that. Literally alone, not even friends people are able to keep anymore. Sometimes they consider they have many friends because they are considering social media. But those ones you cannot count on them. So selfishness, assumptions, ego, pride. What is it that it's disturbing you when it comes to love life? You are single and you cannot really find this person of your dreams because the person of your dreams is looking for someone of their dreams as well. And then you cannot find. Is it not selfishness?
And sometimes the enemy of this single person is the pride. Mm-hmm. The pride of wanting someone in a certain way and, being very specific about things, when in reality, if you find a person that has the character of God, that you can build a life together, that can work. But sometimes the person is very proud. He's like, no, it has to be this, it has to be that, and I'm not saying we shouldn't have any sort of standards, but there are some standards that is just arrogant.
Yeah.
It's just, like, we always give the example of that lady, but she used to say, I want to marry a man that looks like Brad Pitt, and he's like, I don't know, like Tom Cruise, and then like all these celebrities.
Back in those days.
Now they are old, these celebrities. She would make this person, but she wasn't Angelina Jolie. And I'm not saying she was ugly, but she was like normal. And she would speak, and she's single until today. She's single.
She didn't find
this person that she built, and it was all celebrities put together, and it would become something. And there are people that they have this pride in them. No, it has to be this, it has to be that. And they are lonely because instead of looking and appreciating real qualities, they are stuck in a world that doesn't exist.
I remember this guy in the church that he told me, he said, Bishop, there is this lady that I know that she likes me, but don't like her. I said, okay. What is it you don't like about her? You're not attractive to her. I said, no, I don't know. Have you ever spoken to her? No. And I knew the lady. My wife loved this girl. And I told him, I said, okay, let's do this. Here it's the love walk questions. There is a park here. No compromise whatsoever. Go there and ask questions to each other. Ask these questions. Get to know each other. No holding hands, nothing. Just go there and ask questions to each other. And then he came back to me and said, Bishop, she's wonderful. She's wonderful. He didn't like her because maybe there was something that was not really his type at first. I know. He didn't tell me. He didn't have the courage to tell me, but I suspected that. But when he spoke to her, he was able to see how beautiful she was. He was able to see how strong she was, how he could have someone by his side that would really be, an addition in his life instead of just a heavy weight for him to carry. And he came, amazed, said, no, I'm amazed. She's so clever. She's so intelligent. And then he began to tell me about her. I said, no, you don't need to tell me. It's you. I'm married already. So you go there. Okay, keep on talking. Keep on talking. So pride, ego, and assumptions.
Oh yes, pride, assumptions. That was a beautiful, beautiful story. Hey guys, that was awesome, right? I think I like that. And it just shows that the person, how many people have been in front of you right now if you're single, and they could actually be the person, but you don't give them a chance. You don't give them a chance because of the assumptions we make, that we have in our head. We all heard about this list, and maybe some of us think we are not running by lists, but maybe it's a subconscious thing with this list, and we discredit somebody who's actually right close to us in this very moment. Hey, Samuel?
Yeah, it's a dangerous thing with human beings. We like to hold on to ourselves. We like to hold things inside of us. We don't like to, come out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
And maybe that pride is a comfort blanket. It's an insecurity thing, or you want to protect yourself from disappointment, from rejection, and so we like to hold ourselves. We don't want to put ourselves out there, but with God, the moment you let go of that pride, you come out of your comfort zone, you come out of yourself, your will, your selfish ways. That's when you can discover something good. That's why Jesus said, if you save yourself, you lose life. Those who lose life will gain life.
It's funny how a lot of these things apply when it comes into love life, like more Yeah, as it literally applies in love life. It's like it's the only way forward.
It's the heart.
Yeah. Hepzibah, you're in the love team, all right, and you're there. I think Bishop, you've probably seen this play out quite a few times, where someone maybe has not given someone a chance, and maybe someone has, they've gone out there out on a whim, and they've probably found someone that they've been looking for. Someone, and I like what Bishop said. The guy was excited. Oh, this, because a man of God, he's on a mission. He's on a mission. As soon as he gets called by God, he's like, my God, I'm going to glorify you with all my strength. And the ladies have that as well, but I think like, I don't know, maybe it's a bit different for men. I'm not too sure. Ladies, I don't know. But as soon as a man meets Jesus, he's on a mission. And he's asking God to show him every single day, am I moving closer to that mission? Show me, reveal to me. And so when it comes to love life, men are like, I want to be Apostle Paul, because simply to protect the mission. Right, brother?
True.
Yeah. And so when it comes to women, it's like, okay, I need someone who's going to help me. I don't want a suitcase full of stones. I need someone, not because I'm anything great, but because there's a mission inside of me, and I need to do everything I can, because I can go as far as I want by myself. I want to do everything I can to have someone who's going to help me, because I understand God's will, and I understand God's will for my life, and I want to work this thing. You know what I mean? So, but some people probably took themselves out of it and don't give someone a chance. Hey, Hepzibah.
Understanding the will of God for sure is important, and that does matter. And also, as we were talking about, what fulfills the human being.
Yeah.
And so once the woman realizes that she wants a man of God, then she fulfills the will of God by being in that will of serving. So understanding, not theoretically, because when you're in that relationship, it will be about bringing the water to the bedside. It will be about moving the toothbrush to the right container. It will be all these real things and looking over things, because you're doing the will of God, serving.
Yeah, drop it like it's hot. It's all about serving at the end of the day. Are you going to help me to serve, or are you going to be in my way like a bag of stones? I think everybody's looking for that, but let's not close ourselves to opportunities that may present itself at the same time. Let's jump over to number 4. This is the final and fourth one. All right, and now remember, Bishop Allen just showed us that what serving without keeping score looks like in real life. Literally, just no resentment, just love, just giving. So now he's going to wrap it up with his fourth part. All right, check this out, guys.
Nowadays, I can have hair.
AI.
No, there are people offered me.
It's true.
They offer.
You could put a wig.
Not just a wig, there are treatments.
Implants.
Yes. I won't go for it.
Interesting.
Should never allow me to go for it, because she likes me this way. At least that's what she say.
No, but I
You know that she's guilty for me to be bold, at least so early. I mean, I'm bold for a long time. Now I would be bold already, but I was already losing my hair. And then she told me, said, listen, you are going to lose your hair, but when you lose, I don't want like that side thing, like a crown thing. Remove everything. Remove everything. And I said, I don't know, it's not going to look strange. No. And then one day, I was in the shower, and then she said, what if you would try to remove everything to see how it's going to look? I remember we had a meeting, and it would be some time to next meeting. The with pastors, because pastors, they are the problems. They're the ones who would make fun. So it would grow. And then I said, okay, let me go for it. And then I shaved. And then when I look, I said, yeah, it's different. It never grow again. Never. That's it. They asked me, how did you become bald? I said, overnight. Overnight, I cut over. Didn't grow anymore.
But I liked.
Yeah, thank God.
Yes.
So, small things that, people are proud, it's their ego, assumptions, or things that they value so much. Imagine if she would value hair, she would be in trouble. Thank God, she didn't. So, things that you value now, but it will finish as well. All that look will go away for both of you. Oh, there are things, of course, health, I want somebody who takes care of health, but these things you can even teach as well, can even help. So those are the things: selfishness, self-will, assumptions, ego, pride. If we work on this, you can be sure that, you will be able to have a healthier love life. Amen?
And that's what everybody wants. However, you know what? Human beings do not make it easy. They don't make it easy. I think it's all about less of me and more of God. I think that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Hey, Toho.
Do you know, in that list, Mr. Robert, I was thinking about just a quick one about assumptions. How, I think the first poll we had, the first MC question, it's one of the options. Well, I think when we were discussing, I don't know if it's Mr. Samuel or whoever, I think sometimes when someone keeps forgetting stuff or they keep doing some mistakes or whatever, and then you end up thinking this person does not care about me, they don't respect me enough to remember the first one. I think that can also come from assumptions, because I think there's one of the things I spoke about with my colleague, how something happened and then she got sad because she thought I did something, and I was like, no, but I didn't even, we were talking and the call the call dropped, right? And then I thought, okay, did she hang up on me while I was still talking? In that moment, I said, you know what? I'm still alive. It doesn't matter. It's okay. But I sent her a message anyway because I was thinking, okay, maybe it's me. So I was like, did you hang up or it was me? And then she said it's you. I was like, oh, okay, sorry, I didn't realize that. So when I got home, she opened her heart. She was like, oh, actually, I was, because I asked a question and the call dropped. I thought you hung up on me. So
it's the power of assumptions.
Yeah, and I was like, you see how assumptions got made her to, and I also told her to say, oh, I thought you hung up on me, but in that moment, I decided I'm not gonna think that because maybe your phone died, maybe something happened.
So this sounds like a TV sitcom scenario going on here. But you know what the thing about it is that you can imagine that was one opportunity with your friend. Imagine how many opportunities that is likely to happen in a relationship, for till death do us part, and it can actually go in a very, very bad direction. I have assumed so many times. I tried to be Sherlock Holmes. I tried to be a mind reader. I've done it. I like to try to go to the end before it comes and play and control the narrative.
Yeah.
I need to.
That can be draining for you, know.
I don't know. It just feels easy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so
especially when the results come out wrong, isn't it? You're like, oh, I put all that hard work in and I got it wrong.
I'm not always wrong.
Oh my God.
And then the person turned around and go, well, why didn't you just talk to me? You did all that Sherlock and it went left.
Listen.
I feel like it's more tiring to assume than just staying in your little bubble with Jesus and be like, you know what, for my own peace of mind, something must have happened. It's not like not everyone is out to attack you, like Miss Helena used to say that. She said, Miss Helena, relax, not everyone is out to attack you. So you can't be on defense mode all the time.
True. All right, guys, look, so I want to get your final words because we need to wrap up the program today. We've been speaking about the real enemy today. We've been speaking about the real enemy. It's been an enjoyable conversation, and I think we've learned a lot once again, really breaking us down as human beings. Samuel, if I could just hear your final thoughts about today, please.
God is love. He made everything out of love, and that nature is placed in all of us. But the first person who began selfishness was Lucifer, Satan.
Yeah, that's true.
And because he wanted to create something unique for himself. Yeah. So pride stemmed from him. Selfishness stemmed from him, and so on and so forth. Became self-centered and wanted to take God's position. So when we are behaving that way, we are reflecting who the devil is.
You see,
we need to be of God.
This is interesting, right? Because I'm a Christian, I'm born again, I've given my heart to Jesus, but then these are the truths that come up, and it shows a lot through love life, through relationship, through how we are as a single person dealing with love life. It's a fearful thing. If it reaches us and our heart is right, we would break down and we'll be like, okay, God, forgive me. God help me to change, and then we come out better. Right? But then ego could prevail once again and just ruin everything. But hopefully not. Hepso, final words, please.
Love. Everything out of love. And as we grow and we mature, we understand that the love life, love is love, because it says pursue love. there's a list of things that we should pursue, and one of them is love. God is love. When we do things out of love, because you police yourself quickly. Did I do that out of love, or did I do that out of retaliation? So love matters, and love is a foundation, because that's what Jesus did.
I think we should have those love verses on next to us all the time, like 1 Corinthians 13:4. So I'm going to look at it differently. I'm going to look at it like a painkiller now, instead of just like a verse, like, oh lovely, oh they have it on wedding, oh lovely, but it's actually a painkiller to like help us to become a better Christian.
Good idea. When someone ticks you off, you just look at it. Oh,
yeah. Love is patient. Love is kind. Okay, you done that to me.
A glass of water.
Yeah.
10-second rule. Calm down.
They have that thing in Botswana. They'll say, oh, drink some water. If anything happens, like even the most shocking news, they're like, give her a glass of water.
So Teho, final words, please. I think you gave already your final word, right? You're Lady Jazz?
My final words is you can have your ideal partner, you can have your ideal marriage, you can have the personality, you can have your preferences, but when you present it to God, it will work. Once you present, because the only time it won't work is if you don't present it to God. But if you present everything to God, and if that person vice versa presents it to God, it will work, and there will be a lot of positive compromising.
All right, okay, that was great. And you know what? And I think what I've learned today, and what is really beating me up, is that presenting it to God also means get ready to get hurt. Yeah, because God won't tolerate what doesn't come from him. You know what I mean? Selfishness doesn't come from him. You know what I mean? So like, as a single person, I give my love to God because you want someone, but it's going to require something from you to give up, otherwise you're going to hurt the person. So you know what I mean? So I think something
has to give. I think that's the expression.
Something has to give. Something. So if we're asking, something has to give. It's the old thing, Abraham, Isaac. It's been like that through time. It's not going to change now.
It's the nature of love you have to give.
It's the nature of love you have to give. All right, guys. So look, this has been your breakfast show today. It's been fantastic having you with us today. I've literally had a great time, guys. It's been great having you with us. You've been absolutely awesome sauces, everyone. Everyone, you've been great, by the way. Yeah.
Where's that round of applause?
Yeah. Oh, where's that? Right here we go. I got it. Okay, I got to get out of here now. All right, we finished the show. Okay, and literally we're going to be having some more shenanigans happening here on the breakfast show on Liberty Radio today, okay, as we're going to get ready to get out. But I wish you all a powerful and robust day. Stay consistently powerful, and until next time, wait, let me just do my thing. I want to do my exit. There we go. All right, until next time, guys, have a robust day. Ciao for now. Ciao. Goodbye. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of the program. We have a lot more episodes covering a lot more themes on The Breakfast Show. And guess what? Your experience can be even deeper and more interactive, because we are live weekdays from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on libertyradio.co.uk. On that Liberty Radio platform, we have a whole host of other inspirational material, as well as that we have our breakfast show in the mornings. Check it out. There's a live chat, there's a video feed, and you can get up to date on all the breakfast show antics and fun, vim, excitement, and all that kind of crazy stuff that we love to enjoy. This is Robbie here, Robust Presenter, and I hope to see you live and enjoy the next one.